Dickinson is an Apple TV series that tells the story of American writer/poet Hailee Dickinson as she uses her outsider's perspective to explore the 19th century's societal, gender, and family constraints. The show's first season first aired on November 1st, 2019, and 2 seasons would follow, one that already aired and one that's on its way to be released. It will be the final season. Who will be guest starring? Rapper Wiz Khalifa will be returning as a guest star on the show, playing the character of Death, a role that takes inspiration from the Hailee Dickinson poem Because I Could Not Stop for Death, which entitles the speaker to meeting a personified version of death. Comedian Billy Eichner will be playing American poet/essayist Walt Whitman in a cameo on the show. The Billy on the Street star will be playing the father of the free verse in an episode of the series not yet announced. SNL star Chloe Fineman will appear in the 3rd season as a rebellious poet/essayist, Sylvia Plath, who is most known for her darker, personal poetry. Another character making a return is Zosia Mamet, playing the Little Women author Louisa May Alcott. Zosia was last seen on the show in the 8th episode of the 1st season. The last guest star to be introduced to the Dickinson cast is writer, producer, and comedian Ziwe Fumoto. She will be playing abolitionist and women's rights activist Sojourner Truth. Ziwe Fumoto, who's been known for her quick wit, is not only joining the show as an on-screen cast member, she will also be working behind the scenes of the show as a writer. What did the creator have to say of the last season? When series creator Elena Smith was asked about the recurring theme, where Hailee struggles with questions about making her poetry mean something, she said that season 3 will feature topics of legacy and whether or not art can provide hope. Hailee wonders if her art can matter to anyone else, but it is not in terms of fame, but whether it can help them feel better in their dark days. Smith also said that she's been aiming for 3 seasons of the show since the beginning, and it was nice that she was able to get everything she wanted. Smith also talked about returning to the Orchard, a sacred part of the Dickinson series, the place where Hailee and Sue share their first on-screen kiss, where Sue proclaimed to Hailee that she wanted every bit of her, even the mess. The Orchard has been a place where they've always been able to completely be themselves, unseen by society, said Smith, speaking of the fan-favorite location. Smith would continue on to first speak on the importance of the Orchard and also to show the evolution of the characters in the series, saying, "When they met in the Orchard in the pilot, they were girls. Now they are women." What did the cast have to say about their final season? When the cast was asked what it felt like to say goodbye to the series, a large majority of the cast said the same thing, saying that waving goodbye to the show for them was bittersweet. Star of the show Hailee Steinfeld spoke about it, saying that while they knew the end was coming, it was heartbreaking when it happened nonetheless. Anna Baryshnikov said the same thing, talking about how rare it was to have a job in which you believe in the writing and you believe that everyone in the cast is giving their all. Ella Hunt said as well that it was bittersweet, but said that after the fact, she'd felt gratitude and some bit of relief that the creator of the show was able to fully realize and execute her vision for the show. Adrian Ensko compared finishing the show to graduating from school, being around the same people for years and watching them grow and evolve, and then having to say goodbye and seeing them less. Amanda Warren said that upon finishing the show, she's celebrating. She's celebrating all of the work that they've done throughout the seasons and all of the people that have come and gone throughout the 3 years of the show. What to expect in the final season? As some who have watched the episodes that have been released will know, this season takes place during the Civil War. It's worth noting that while the season was written before season 2 aired, it had to be changed due to the events of the COVID-19 virus. Smith told TNC that when she had begun writing about Hailee Dickinson, she did not know that we would be going through a situation that required everybody to be trapped inside of their own houses. We've talked about the guest characters that will be returning, but in terms of the main characters returning, it's been confirmed that all members of the main cast have been said to return to the show just like they did with season 2. The first 3 episodes of the season will be released at once, and then the rest will be released weekly up until December 24th when the show's final episode airs. The love interest between Hailee and Sue continues, while Sue is destined to wed Austin, who is Emily's brother. The great poet has no interest in marrying anybody. The show will continue on with its mixing of elements from both fantasy and realistic things into one beautiful piece of work. How the pandemic affected the season. While Smith had written the season before the second season was released, it's obvious she would not have prepared for a global pandemic in the middle of it. Although it affected the final season, it did not ruin it. Smith found a way to reflect the real-life events we were facing into the show. This season, as we've discussed, takes place in the Civil War era of history. Smith used the increased levels of grief and disparity that Americans felt during the pandemic to echo the way that people felt in the time of the Civil War. In an episode where Dickinson talks with her friend Death lets out that he has lost his passion for his job because there's too much death in the world, similar to how people feel no joy with work and life due to the side effects of the pandemic. All seasons of the show have used a mixture of comedy and 19th century events to comment on issues that plague the world of today. Emily using poems to help her get through her dark times could be symbolic for the hobbies we picked up in our times of darkness to keep us entertained until things are back to normal. What's next for the Dickinson cast? Although the show is ending and we unfortunately won't get to see the characters we've come to love anymore, we can still watch the actors and actresses that brought them to life on the big screen. Star of the show, Hailee Steinfeld, has a very busy schedule ahead of her. Steinfeld has been cast in the new Hawkeye series, where she will play Kate Bishop, a new protege for Clint Barton. Hailee's work with Marvel does not stop there, as she will be starring in the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Multiverse as Gwen Stacy. Ella Hunt will play the role of Mrs. Flint in the David McGee adaptation of Lady Chatterley's Lover. Jane Krakowski, who is best known for her role on the widely popular television series 30 Rock, will go on to play the role of Lily St. Regis in a TV movie production of Annie Live. Toby Huss, who plays Edward Dickinson on the show, will be playing Whitey in the upcoming 2022 film Blonde, along with being cast as the recurring character James W. McCord Jr. in the upcoming series The White House Plumbers. While show creator Elena Smith does not have anything listed, we could only hope she'll be back in the writing room for another amazing project soon. What do fans think of the first 3 episodes? While all of the episodes have not yet been released, fans have been lucky enough to view the first 3 episodes. And there's a lot to be said. Fans were obsessed with Sue and Emily, who fans have given the nickname Emmy Sue. They're especially obsessed with Sue's willingness to risk it all and her unapologetic love for Emily. Fans also gave credit where it was due to Adrian Blake Ensko in his performance of the character Austin Dickinson, especially his performance during the dinner table scene. Fans of the show agreed that the new season did not disappoint, even though it was only 3 episodes, which fans very much voiced their dismay for. Fans were also very excited to hear the singing voice of Sue, which was something that caught the attention of show creator Elena Smith, who said regarding her singing, "Ella sings in all 3 seasons of Dickinson because I am a person with ears." Fans loved the 3 episodes and cannot wait until the rest of the episodes are released to be viewed by the public. The next episode will be released on November 12th, and then there will be weekly episodes that will come out until December 24th. Dickinson has been a fan favorite since 2019, and in that time, many have fallen in love with the titular poet and the people around her. While it is sad that it's coming to an end, at least the writer got to do as many seasons as she had desired. What was your favorite of the 3 episodes? Let us know down below.